YouTube. This is Great Bear 1982. I had told Vampire that I would give him a, or I would publish a video that would show the modifications that I had made to both the GI Tanto and the Shanghai Shadow. This is that video. So we'll get back with you and we'll get working on that. Okay, this is the GI Tanto. I'm going to try and move the camera a little bit. Okay. What I've done is I've done a lot of modifications to the outside of the sheath. I've got some bank line wrapped around there. I've also gone the back side. I've got a repeater needle in here. I've got like an arrowhead back in here. I'm going to be going over each one of these things in a little bit. First thing that we got to look at on the knife itself. If you look at it, notice that I've also sharpened the back edge of this thing. Now I've taken this knife out and I've pretty much, well, beat the heck out of it. As you can see, I mean, it's not as bad as it could be, but it's been through the paces. Once again, like I said, I'm not going to show anything that I wouldn't use in a combat situation myself. I've also changed the handles. I've taken the scales off and wrapped it in bank line. It's a good strong wrap, slightly tacky, so it will definitely hold on to my hand. It'll kind of stick to my hand, as it were. And for the extra added little bit of retention, I've got this back strap. Great thing about it is I can wrap that around my hand, and now I don't have to worry about this knife going anywhere at any given time. This cutout at the front really allows my finger to get right in there and really dig in there and get a good grip on my blade. Notice that I've got this nice flat edge here. I've got a secondary flat edge here, and now that I've sharpened the back of this, which really didn't take long at all, it just took a little bit of sharpening equipment, and I was able to sharpen it in less than 10 minutes actually, and the back edge is just about as sharp as the front edge anywhere on this thing. This thing is extremely sharp. Give me 1 second and we'll go over basically how sharp it is, and I'll do a standard sharpness test. Okay guys, I'm going to do our standard sharpness test of computer paper knife. Okay, so let's make sure you can see that, and we'll just do one of these. Okay, that's with the front edge, with the Tanto edge. It's kind of hard getting the right angle with this laptop camera that I've got. And then let's do the back edge. Okay, so I mean, it's sharp enough to do whatever needs to be done. All in all, it's an extremely well made sharp knife. Alright, now onto what I've done as far as the sheath's concerned. What I've got here is I've got a ferro rod and a knife sharpener. It's the Smith's PP1 or whatever. It's the small one. As soon as you see it, you'll know which one it is. Let me get that out of here. I've got it secured with a couple of Ranger bands, primarily because you don't want this thing. If you lose your fire when you're out in the woods, you're dead. That's simple. I mean, you're in trouble. Okay. Reason why I wrapped this, I got this basically just wrapped with a leather bootlace, really. The reason why I have this is always could use some extra cordage, but also when you're out there, you know, you may not want to have things reflecting off your equipment. If light reflects off of you and you're hunting, and an animal sees that, well, they could get spooked, and if they get spooked, they run away, and pretty much there goes your dinner. So let's try to stay away from that. So like I said, here's the Smith's PP17, whatever it is. This got the ceramic, the carbide slides on it, plus the diamond rod. It's pretty, I don't know, like $7, $3 to $7. I think I bought this one actually at Walmart for $3.50. I mean, for what I paid for it and for the size, it's everything that I would need. I've just got the standard Coghlan's ferro rod with the standard striker that comes with it. All this black stuff, I guess, came off of my knife. From what I had done is I had wrapped it, I put some oil on it, and obviously it hadn't dried completely. Anyway, this there's ferro rod. Ferro rod. I've got some 115-pound test bank line right here, because you could always use some extra cordage, no matter where you're at. I've got some doubled up bank line for my leg strap. Once again, doubled because, hey, if I need extra cordage, it would be much better for me if I have to use my leg strap as cordage. I would much rather have a doubled strand and have more cordage rather than less. In the back here, I've got a repair needle duct taped to the back of the sheath. I'm going to go over that here in just a second. Okay guys, that took a little bit of work to get everything off of there. What I ended up doing is I ended up pretty much taking everything off of the blade so I could get to the repair needle and the spearhead / arrow point that I had actually picked up. This actually is a part off of like an old fantasy blade that I have laying around. This part was actually pretty decent. It's steel. It's just a regular piece of steel that's a fantasy type blade. Pretty much everybody's got an old fantasy blade lying around somewhere, where there may be parts of it that are useful, and just go from there. That's pretty much what this is. I mean, it's as part of an actual knife. It was actually designed as a punch dagger type idea. As an actual knife, it wasn't so great, but this piece right here, for what it is, if I were to haft it to like an arrowhead, that'd be a decent weight for a broadhead, and it's certainly a large enough piece that it could actually almost double as a small spear. I'd probably end up using it as an arrowhead. So we have this. We also have 2 upholstery needles. I understand that Dave likes seal needles. This is why I ended up finding down there at Joanne Fabrics. Basically, it's a small upholstery needle. I've got 2 of them in here. The reason why you have 2 in my mind is redundancy. You have one, you have none. Have two, have one, have none. That's pretty much how that works for me. As far as the bank line I had on it, I don't know, probably I'd say I had about 20 feet of this 115-pound strength bank line. Once again, you know, it's multi-ply, multi-purpose. Dave's got a great video up on his channel of the differences between bank line and paracord, why he chooses bank line. It just makes sense to me. So I use bank line myself. If you use paracord, great, no slate on you. It's just, I like bank line, so I use bank line. While I've got everything off, we can actually take a look at this sheath that they send you with it. This is the Codex one. There's all kinds of attachment points if you want to kind of keep it Spartan. If you really just wanted to do the regular modification, honestly, the only thing, you can always have the repair needles or not, either one. I liked having all the extra stuff on there because honestly, there's a chance that if I'm out there, I may only have access to my knife. If I only have access to my knife, I want to be able to live off of, for a short time, what I have exactly on my knife. I just like having that ability. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Um, Once again, I appreciate your views, I appreciate your comments, I appreciate your support. Good luck, and I'll see you out there on the trail, and defend your homes wisely.